Yo, Novatos, thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous coming at you live from the West Coast, San Jose, California. So let's take a look at some of my favorite seats for the Lowrider S, Lowrider ST. Now, keep in mind, this is my list of what I believe looks best on a Lowrider ST or a Lowrider S. Are these the most comfortable seats? I would say no. All right, there's more comfortable seats. Saddlemen makes some really good two-up seats. Saddlemen makes some really good long-range seats, and these are not really my taste. But if you have one of those seats, an Explorer seat, a Mustang seat, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. But basically, this is just my list of my riding style. You know, a lot of city riding with a little bit of, you know, long-range highway riding. So, and like I said, 0 2-up. Most of these are not ideal for 2-up, except for probably 1 or 2 of them. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with the first one. This is the Saddlemen Pro Series gripper seat with the backrest, driver backrest. So I own this seat. You know, I'm a huge fan of it. I like the way it looks. I like the carbon fiber, you know, fabric on it, the carbon fiber in it, and then of course the back of the seat, which is what you see right here. This is all gripper material, and it really, you know, grips your butt. It really does. And I like the little backrest, just an additional lumbar support. I like feeling, you know, that little bit of pressure on my lower back. So I ride with it. I like the way it looks. It's not, like I said, it's not a massive backrest like you do get on a BMC Widowmaker seat. You've guys seen those. Now, like I said, that type of seat with that backrest, I believe, looks really good on a touring bike, not so much on a Softail. So like I said, this is mainly what looks good on a Lowrider S and a Lowrider ST based off of my preference and my opinion. I'm not saying those other seats are garbage, but like I said, this is just of what I believe looks really good on these frames and on these bikes. So let's move on over to the next one. Of course, is another Saddlemen Step Up seat. Like I said, these are very popular with the group. You guys can go in here and look at what other people have on their bikes, and this is a majority of what you'll see. So another Step Up seat. I've owned this for about, I think I've owned this one for 2 years. It's got the tuck and roll with the diamond stitching on the back. Now this one's really firm. This one took me about, I say, 1,800 miles to break in. If you guys remember watching those videos, you guys would know that this seat's really stiff, but it just takes a while to break in. Some people, like I said in the group, have mentioned they've had a softer ride with a plain on the front or a diamond stitch. So keep that in mind. Like I said, this took a little bit longer to break in, but it looks really nice with the Lowrider S. With most Softails, it's just that line that shoots down and it just shoots up right above the fender, and it just kind of, you know, blends into that rear fender. I just really like that style and that line from the fuel tank, from the dash down on this point, and then it just shoots up, and I just really like how it blends in with the seat. That's why I'm a big fan of these step up seats, and most of these are, you know, step up seats. So let's move on to the next one. We have another Saddlemen Pro Series. This one, of course, is a non-driver backrest. So the driver backrest is going to cost you an additional $200. I can't really remember off the top of my head. I believe it's $150 or $200. So the one with the backrest, of course, it is adjustable, so you can move it up and down as you see fit. And as I believe it's going to cost you an extra $200. But this one, compared to the regular step up, you guys would have to see my video where I compare both seats. They're both great seats, both great looking seats. But of course, this one's going to move you up a little bit further towards the tank, and it's going to move you a little bit taller on the seat. So it's about half an inch to an inch difference between the seat height and of course the Saddlemen Step Up. So you can see this point from, you know, it's a little bit shorter. You can see there's a little bit more cushion, a little bit more foam, and I believe the gel's also a little bit improved, and you get a little bit more, of course, comfort for your passenger. So I would say out of all of these seats, I believe this one offers a little bit more comfort for your passenger, and you could also order it with gel on the back. So that's my list of, I believe, Saddlemens. This next one, I don't think it's a Saddlemen. Oh yes, it is. It's another Saddlemen step up seat. Let's just go ahead and skip forward and move on to the next one. We have a Lucky Dave. So this one's very similar to the Pro Series seat, the Saddlemen San Diego Customs Pro Series seat, a Pro Gripper seat. So very similar design. The Lucky Daves and the Saddlemen Pro Series Pro Gripper Step Up or Pro San Diego. The the Saddlemen San Diego Customs Pro Gripper seat is very similar in design with the Lucky Daves. So Lucky Daves have been using this design for years. So this is yet another good looking seat. I haven't owned this seat, so I don't know off of experience how much better or how much worse it is. I don't know, but like I said, it's a good looking seat and people like it in the Facebook group. So let's move on to the next one. We have yet, of course, another Lucky Daves. You can see this is the tuck and roll design, and the other one was a diamond stitch with white stitching, and this one is just black, and it looks good. Like I said, it looks very similar, very similar to the Pro Series. You can see the you see the resemblance, very similar. This one just seems to be a bit sharper on the top here. You can see that right there as well. This one, of course, does not have the driver backrest option, but I mean, like I said, it's another good looking seat. Lucky Daves, they've been making a ton of parts, and they've also been making handlebars, so a lot of good options here. So let's move on to the next one. This is the Whiplash Speedco. That's a Speedco Whiplash seat, I believe. I'm not too sure. They make two great seats. I believe it's the Gambler and the Stealth. Am I right? I believe that's what this is. So this is another great design, similar design. Of course, you have a beige stitching with a accented, design here. Another step up seat. You can see it looks really good. I believe people believe this one is comfortable. I haven't tried this one out, but you can see that the padding is not as much as the other options when it comes to the height of the seat. I believe I have another image here. You can see it's a little bit lower than, of course, the Lucky Daves and the and the Pro Series gripper seat from Saddlemen. So it's up to you guys. You can join the Facebook group and see the people's feedback, or the members. But another good looking seat. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of how this kind of blends in, and you can see the step up is not as aggressive as it is with the Saddlemens. You can see that it really contours to your butt, but of course you sit lower than you do on the Lucky Daves and on the San Diego gripper, and of course it blends into that rear fender very nicely. Let's see the next one. Yet another Whiplash Speedco seat. Of course, this one, I believe this is the Gambler. I believe, because of course that passenger seat, it's a little bit taller, a little bit higher compared to the other one. So I believe this is the Gambler. Sorry, I'm still sick. This is the Gambler. I'm going on 5 weeks now with this flu. I can't get over it. So I believe this is the Gambler. And the other one is the Stealth, because of that rear piece of the passenger. So let's move on to the next one. We have a Lepera seat. So this is the Cherokee. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. I've owned this seat for quite a bit of time myself, not on the Lowrider S, but on my Sportster. I did own this seat. I really like the overall look of the design. Mine wasn't the tuck and roll like this one, but I'm a fan of the way it looks. Lepera seat, also made here in California, kind of like Saddlemen. They make theirs in California as well. All right, so here we have a Lepera Kickflip seat. I have this on my Roadster. I own this seat at the moment. So another great option. Now, like I said, this is that same design, that same kick up design, that step up design. I'm a huge fan of this one. I believe this looks to be a Daddy Longlegs seat from Lepera Kickflip. So what does that mean? What is Daddy Longlegs? Lepera offers two different versions of their kickflip seat. They offer the regular one and they offer the Daddy Longleg one. So the Daddy Longlegs, what that is for taller riders. All right, you sit a little bit further back. I believe it's about 1.5 inches from the average ones, from the regular kickflip seat. So many different options. You could customize these seats. I believe Marvel Kid 87 has this seat. I don't think he has the daddy long leg one, but he does have a kickflip. Like I said, I like the overall design. I own it on my Roadster. I am very happy with it. Very comfortable. I sit further back than I do with the Saddlemen, so that, just like I said, that's going to depend on you. Maybe you like to have your arms extended, full extended. You don't want any bend in your elbow or anything like that. That is, that's a preference thing. I like that myself. So you might like to be able to sit further away from the fuel tank and just be a little bit more stretched out on your arms and a little bit more stretched out on your legs. And if you go with the daddy long legs option or the variant, then you're going to be a little bit more comfortable when it comes to these mid controls on these Lowrider S bikes. So let's move on to the next one. I don't believe there's any more images on here. Trying to keep the video short. I believe we have one more, and this is yet another step up seat. You guys know I'm a huge fan of these seats. So this one, we have a BMC. I believe this is a Widowmaker. You've seen this seat before. Matt Laidlaw has owned this seat on, I believe, 3 of his bikes or 2 of his bikes. They're located here in Santa Cruz. You can actually, if you live in California or if you live close by, you could actually get fitted by BMC for your bike or for your seat. They will custom fit a seat for you if you go to their to the factory or their warehouse located in Santa Cruz. So this is a BMC. Like I said, I believe it's a Widowmaker, and you have the red stitching on this one. Very good looking seat. NorCal also has a BMC seat. So like I said, same overall design, kick up, a very good looking seat. I like the customization of this seat. This one seems to be a little bit taller than most of the other options I've shown you guys, but man, another great seat. So this one might even be a custom fitted seat for the rider, and you can see the cushion is not as, it's not the same as the other options, but I believe they don't use any gel in their seats from what I've seen. Based off of their manufacturing, I believe they just use foam. So I don't know, between foam and gel, I'm not going to touch that topic. I don't have enough time. But yet another great seat. So you guys just stay out there, stay safe. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching yet another video. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.